Welcome to Your Life in Film. I'm your host, Ted Bennett. Joining me this week, Greg Furman. Greg is a filmmaker, an actor, director, a writer, a voice actor. He's a man who wears a dozen hats. During our recording, he wasn't wearing any hat, other than interviewee. You may recognize Greg's voice. He was the voice of Thor in Marvel Zombies. It's pretty cool. We talk about that briefly, but we also talk about other things, namely his film Joe, which I saw in Glasgow when we were both up for an award. Neither of us won. Well, they won. I didn't win anything. Not bitter. Let it go. Anyway, here is Greg. Enjoy. So what have you been up to?
Not much, man. You know, just getting stuff together. Just trying to do the whole taking this Joe film.
Yeah.
And we kind of built upon it, and we're doing the rounds right now to try and get this proof of concept off the ground. And so we've been taking meetings, which has been nice, and it's been a lot of that.
I can imagine. Yeah. So you're going to try and do feature of it?
We're going to try and do an anthology series. So we actually have, we have a bunch of other characters that have kind of written out of just all these like ancillary, forgotten about characters that we want to create these like dark comedic parody origin stories for. And so we ended up getting, you know, Richard Kind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's an incredible, amazing, lovely human being, and he joined us for our proof of concept. So he loved the whole thing, and so we kind of have him as like this archivist essentially. Nice. And so we shot this whole thing with him where he plays an archivist, and he's kind of like the audience is looking in and like taking over for his position.
Beautiful.
And he just like pops the movie in and he introduces it, and he's like, this is one of my favorites, and then it just like shows Joe. And then at the end it's like he's got a bunch of other ones that he's ready to like pop in the VCR. And lovely. So kind of like packaged it that way, and it's been we're trying to see what we can do with it. So
how did you get Richard Kind?
We got Richard by my wife Haley is she worked with him on this show called The Goldbergs. And so
I didn't realize he was on The Goldbergs at any point.
Yeah, so he ended up doing he was on The Goldbergs for I think a few episodes, and then we were kind of just like sitting around. I was like, maybe you should ask Richard. Like, she doesn't like talk to him. I mean, she like looked online. She's like, oh my God, he follows me. And we're like, oh my God, like, why not just like send a DM? Like maybe, I mean, you know, like,
yeah,
why not?
Do it.
Right. And so it went from like you know what, screw it. Like, what's the worst that happens? Like, he never reads it or like doesn't answer it. And he did. He responded. He was like, I guess his assistant responded and was like, oh, he would love to, like, here's his number and here's everything. And like, he'd love to grab lunch with you. And so they reconnected, and she had sent him the materials, and he was like, I love it. Let's put my name on it, and we'll do it. And, you know, sounds great. And so
that was a wonderful
awesome.
Kind, by the way. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. So the rest is history. We shot it like about a month and a half ago, and stitched it. I like edited everything together and stitched it to Joe. And it's nice. It's like, it's got some cool, got like an old TV, and like I edited Joe to play through the TV. It's like, it works. Definitely it works, and we're happy with it, and we turned it around as fast as we could. And so now we're just, you know, seeing what we can catch.
Fair enough.
So,
I mean, I will say when Joe started playing, when I saw it, I was like, what's going on here? What's this? What's happening?
It's so niche.
And then the moment I realized what was going, I was like, oh, fucking well done. Like, I was so sold. I was like, this is fucking excellent. Yeah. And then my brother lives in Edinburgh, so we were in Glasgow for that festival. And then so cool. I drove over to see my brother, and I was like, I just saw a great short. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, let me explain it to you. And I explained it, and I thought he might not quite get it. And then he was like, that sounds fucking brilliant. And I was like, it was. So yeah, well done, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you, dude. You too, man. I mean, Real Terror is great.
Cheers, man.
I wished I could have seen it in person, because it would have been really cool for us to get across the pond and experience the festival. But man, awesome. So, I mean, anything film related, obviously, is even just like an extra benefit to see like the world of film. Where you're like watching it, it's cinematic, but then you're talking about cinema at the same time, and it's like yes. Very well shot.
Oh, thanks, Lou, our cinematographer. He was an absolute beaut, and as soon as he sort of understood the sort of how much passion was coming from me and my performers and everything, he was just like, okay, I'm like, I wasn't going to phone this in, but I'm definitely not going to phone this in. And I was like, yeah, cheers, man.
Yeah, it's good to have somebody that's not going to phone it in. It helps a lot.
Does indeed. You were saying about your wife, Haley. So did she work with... Kevin Smith did a couple of episodes, didn't he, of Goldberg?
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, she worked with Kevin. And,
that's pretty cool.
And it's awesome. He's a legend, and just said he was great. He would get everybody to like give a round of applause. Like he would clap like after every it wasn't every take. It was like every episode. At the end of each time he was shooting, he was just like very communal with everybody, which was really, really cool. Because some people, it's like, you're on a show. The show is they did it for like 10 years. So
right.
Like, at some point, there's people that on any set, which
it's a day job. That's what it is.
It's a job, and like, and I get that. I get that. Like, depending on where you are, I would like to think I'd be a little bit different. I think if you like love it so much,
yeah, I would love to.
You're showing up. You're like, if you're done, like, put me in, coach, because I will show up early and I will be happy every single day. But it's like anything else, I think the first, she saw it with people, in the environment. I mean, her crew is amazing though, amazing, and yeah, Kevin Smith is I think she wanted to work with him more because he's awesome and he loves film. So like, you get somebody that is like a true cinephile that gets on a set, and it just that energy just like ripples out.
Yeah.
So
first time I went to the States on my own. First time I went to the States was. Right, this is going to be a weird one. First time I went to the States was because a friend of the family was directing Paulie, the Talking Parrot film with Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, yeah.
So John Roberts, friend of the family, he directed it, and they were like, come on out. So we were like, oh, dope. And then the second time we went, it was 2005, I think, so it was about 20 years ago. And my whole point was to go to the Quick Stop in Leonardo, New Jersey. So that was it for me. I'm actually I have a nail Zippo somewhere, but like,
see, that's the way. That's
every time I've been over to the States, it's always just as like a little like pilgrimage of like, oh, what can I see that's film or TV?
Right.
Last time I was in Manhattan, I went to the Arconia.
Oh,
talking of Richard Kind.
Yep.
I went to there and the Ghostbuster house. And I was only in Manhattan for a day because my buddy lived in Queens. So I was like, I'll just go back to Queens. And he's like, are you going to go into the city at all? And I was like, I'm going to go to the Met. I'm going to go to the Ghostbuster house. And I'm going to go to the Arconia. And that's it. And he was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, that's all I want. That's all I got to do.
What else do you need?
Honestly.
It's such a... I love hearing that.
So you're in LA. Are you Hollywood, you said?
I am. So I'm like right. I'm right over by like the Studio City area.
So North Hollywood.
Yeah, a little bit like in North Hollywood, like pretty much. Yeah. So just kind of we're on this side. I mean, I started out going to different. I moved out here in 2013, and so it's kind of like I was in West Hollywood, then I was East Hollywood, and then I was in Culver for a bit, and now we're here.
So where are you originally from?
New York.
Yeah.
It's like I have New York running through my veins, friend. That is
I am not just saying this, but New York is my absolute favorite. Like it without getting political.
Yeah, for sure.
With everything that's been going on, I was like, not going to New York is going to be the shittest thing for the next 4 years. But anywhere else, I could take it or leave it. But New York, I was like, that's going to be hard. I love New York.
Yeah, no, me too. It's definitely, the U.S. is crazy.
It is what it is. But yeah. So when you say New York, which borough or where were you? Were you Manhattan? Or?
So I grew up in Westchester, which is kind of so that's... Love that you know where that is. Some people are like, what is that, like upstate? And I'm like, it's like 45 minutes up. Because they think upstate for us is like Buffalo.
Yeah,
like
that's miles away.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I grew up in Westchester in Yorktown Heights, and yeah, it was a very like, it's funny. It was like the Kevin Smith experience of New York versus Jersey. You know what I mean? Like it definitely had like the same. It just felt the same, you know. And yeah, so I grew up there, and then I ended up going to school in Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
Yeah, Marist College off the Hudson River, and then ended up moving to the city after that. My dad worked in the city, and so I kind of like would just go up to the city afterwards, and yeah, I was started in Hell's Kitchen for a bit.
Oh shit!
With a friend of mine who was from England.
Oh, nice.
Woking. Yeah,
from Woking.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the areas, but
that's right.
And so that's so funny that I love that. We were working in. I was helping run a theater company when I was in New York.
Oh, nice.
And we ended up putting a show together and actually taking it to the Fringe Festival.
Oh, sick.
In Edinburgh. So that's my only like loose connection.
Yeah.
To that general area. But yeah, I was in Hell's Kitchen, and then I was in the East Side a bit, and then I moved to Brooklyn, and that's kind of like where I spent most of the rest of my time there before moving out here. So
okay, my brother lived he lived on Pine, like just off Wall Street, for about 10 years because he was working at PwC, and like it was the most bonkers thing when you sort of like, you know, I'd say to him like, has it sunk in that you're living in New York? And he was like, I get the train from Grand Central every day, mate. Like. That makes it sink in. And I was like, well, that's fucking dope.
It is.
Like, I wish I was doing that.
Yeah, there's something nice about just exiting right into the concourse there. It's just like magic. It never gets old for me. But
when I was, I did a tour last October for Real Terror. So I was in, where was I? I was in North Carolina, Wisconsin, California, New York, and then Austin. Well, Texas. And after 10 days in LA, I went to spend like 5 days in New York with my buddy. And there was just this weird, like, so was it Christina, my buddy's wife, was just sort of saying, like, there's a thing that they say, which is in LA, everyone is polite but not kind. No, kind but not polite. No, what the fuck was it? It was just
definitely hitting the mark.
Yeah, it's like
that sounds accurate to me.
They're polite but not kind, but in New York they're kind, not polite. So, like, if you're struggling with your like buggy or something up at stairs in LA, they're like, "Oh my god, that looks so hard," and you're like, "Can you help me?" It's like, "I'm busy." Whereas in New York, they'd be like, "Can you hurry the fuck up?" It's like, "Do you want to help me?" And they're like, "Fine," and then they help you. And at the top of the stairs, it's like, "Have a good day, you too." And I was like, "Oh, I like that. I prefer that East Coast mentality."
Yeah, that's definitely that's as real as it gets. That's I always would like relate it to even East Coast versus West Coast of you know, if like you suffer an accident, if you get hit by a car in Los Angeles, everyone takes their phones out.
Yeah.
And if you get hit by a car in New York, people like that are angry, they're like maybe disturbed by the fact that you like maybe got blood on them, and then they like band together and they're like they pick you up and they dust you off and they're like, "You're all right, get out of here." You know what I mean?
Come
like,
on, guys.
It's like tough love, but like they're there for you. And out here, it's like, "Oh my god, like, are you okay? Oh my god, like the thoughts and prayers." And you're like, "What? Like,
save your prayers, just come help."
Jesus, yeah.
No, it's the same. Like, I lived in a pretty rough part of London for a while, and I said that like. It gets to the point where you live in those areas where if someone was to like throw themselves in front of the train before work, your first response would be like, "Oh, fuck, now I'm going to be late."
Yeah, that's exactly. That's a human. I think that's like that's just being human. You know what I mean?
And everyone was like, "Oh, that's a bit mean." I'm like, "Mean? They're mean. We're all going to be late now."
Yeah, it's like, couldn't you die tomorrow?
Like,
you know,
jeez.
Like, wait for the weekend, you know? Yeah, it's like anytime there's traffic, it's like there's like an accident up ahead, and I'm like, come on. The car's like flipped over and it's on fire, and I'm like, come on, get it. Like,
it's all about you, is it? Come on, let's get moving, shall we? Could have done this at home, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, enough is enough. Shouldn't have gotten in the car to begin with.
Yeah, so nice. We've got the same mentality.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But your wife, she's not an LA native, is she?
No, she's from Dallas.
Oh, decent.
Dallas. Yeah. So she's she's actually been out here the same amount of time as I have, which is wild. 2013.
Did you meet?
Yeah.
Like, because you did a guest spot.
Yeah, I did. I was So she started the Goldbergs back in 20 God, what was it? No, she was probably 19 at the time. So 10 years, now it's been like 12 years, I think, since it's been off the air. It's been 2 or 3 years since we've been off. I did a guest star a few years ago.
Okay.
But no, we met actually the old-fashioned way. We didn't meet on an app.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, right. The last of the Mohegans.
Right.
I ended up having a. God, it's good to make a joke and know that you're with your own people. Any reference jokes whatsoever, and I'm like, for my entire life, the majority of the time, someone's just like, "What?
What's that mean?" And it's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like Mohegan Lake, and I'm like, no. Okay, anyway.
No.
Anyway, but so they I don't even know what I'm saying now. Okay, so God, where were we?
Yeah, you met Haley in person.
Right. Yes, in person. So it was actually at a friend's house, sort of an old writing partner of mine. We were just he was doing a viewing party. He was on the show a few times. I'd never seen it, and so we ended up just he was hosting it at a friend's house who's a showrunner, and he was like watching this guy's dog, and he had his apartment. So he's kind of like, we're gonna do do a little viewing party. I'm on the show.
Nice.
We're like, sweet. So it was like a few friends and like 3 other people. It was literally maybe like 6 of us in this apartment, and she was there, watching. Like she was there to. And I was like, oh, okay, like he's a friend. She's also on that show. Cool. Like not knowing it's like her show. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like good for you. You know?
Oh, you got a scene?
Well done. Yeah. Well done. And we didn't even talk actually that entire night. 'Cause she had 2 friends with her that were like wild cards that were like loud and having their own thing. And she was just kind of quiet. And so we didn't really even talk. Then like a few months later, she like slid into my DMs and she was like, hey, you want to get some coffee? And I was like, I think I can make that happen. And I had not even seen
Hey, she's a budding actress. I'll give her a shot, you know?
Yeah, why not? Hey, I've done sketches on the internet. And so, we got coffee and immediately hit it off, and then we got married. Now we waited a few years, but we ended up, it happened, and now it's all over.
That's it now, bud. You're locked in.
The history.
You got to be happy for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been great. It's like to be able to. We got lucky. We found each other at the right time, and so it's just been easy.
Isn't it nice? Yeah. Like, so I have previously been married. I'm no longer married, but my partner, who I've been with for about 9 years now, it has been the most easy, relaxed. Like the second date, we watched Mystery Men, like on DVD around her place, and
hell yeah.
I actually had to pause the film and be like, "Can we address how easy and relaxed this is?"
Yeah.
Because this is too nice. Too early.
Yeah, it's easy. Like, what do you mean I'm not feeling like any negative? What do you mean we can just hang and I can be myself unapologetically and you still want to be around
me?
What do you mean?
And like, it's sort of similar thing as like, I'm going to throw a reference out and you're going to get it. Oh, well, I love this woman.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's so nice when you just like, it's so nice when you happen to meet your best friend who you also find very attractive.
Yep. It's a win-win.
Oh, it's a
win-win. That's so funny that you mentioned Mystery Man too. I literally dropped that title yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it was what I was trying to remember. Isn't like Michael Bay in that as like a cameo? Is it Michael Bay? Or
I know Doug Jones is in it as a cameo.
There's a moment where someone goes like, "Hey man, can we bring the brewskis?" And
oh yes,
and he's like, "Why yes, of course you may bring
the brewskis."
And it's like a weird shot. Yeah. It's so fucking funny. But I think it's like, isn't it like it might be Michael Bay? I feel like
I think it is. No, maybe like,
is it Michael Bay?
Let's get the old
let's do
online Bible of IMDb up.
If it's not Michael Bay, then it's got it. Yep, Michael Bay is a frat boy. So good.
Excellent.
Why, yes, of course you may bring the brewskis. It's just such a funny, unnecessary but perfect. That's like the beauty of film, though, right? It's like you do something that sometimes you don't need to have, especially in a comedy, of course. But I love those, just like the bits that are, and that's probably something that they were it was their own.
Yeah,
little bit. Like,
and, like, Bay may have had like a line where he was like, the brewskis, and everyone was like, hold on. You saying that is excellent. Let's try that again. Roll it.
Roll it right now.
But that's good stuff. And what was I going to say? Completely ruined the flow there. Sorry.
That was me.
Fuck.
You had to say mystery, man.
Jeez. So how did you get into the voice work then for, because you did Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm talking to Thor right now. I've got a thunder over here.
I didn't even know that happened, by the way. There's a funny story behind that project.
Okay.
I got pretty much like 2 years ago, I got an audition to do something that was like Hush Hush Marvel. And I was like, oh God, okay, cool. And they pull me in and they're like, hey, okay, we're doing this animation thing. It's like half baked right now. You'll see the animations on screen. We're looking for like, we need like Thor, but like Thor. We want it to be like Chris Hemsworth. They're pretty much like made it seem like this could be a placement track. They're like, he's out swimming and surfing in the ocean. Right. It's hard to get a hold of him. Yeah. It's like, okay, you got it. So I'm like, sweet. Yeah. They're like, and of course it's like, we're not going to like bring him in for like a few lines.
We're not going to waste his time.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to waste yours.
But yours, that's time we can waste all day.
Yeah, and I'm like, waste away.
Marvel money.
Waste my time until I'm...
Waste it.
And so, wasted. And so, I ended up, I did these lines, and then I, by the end, again, like 2 years goes by, my manager, like a month and a half ago, they call me and they're like, hey, like, how you doing there? Like, hey, how you feeling, Thor? And I was like... Hey, and I thought they were like just joking and like I wasn't getting the joke. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, doing good. And I was like,
Iron
Man.
Man.
How does it feel? And I was like, yeah, exactly. Like, how does it feel? And I'm like, how does what feel? They're like, yeah, Thor, huh? And I was like, I actually don't know what's happening right now.
It's like, I'm not blonde. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're like, yo, you're Thor for
your
Marvel
MCU.
Zombies. And I was like, what's Marvel Zombies? I was like, I don't know what's I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah. And it's awesome. It just came out. I was like, oh, okay. And I like looked at it, I was like, oh shit. And then I'm like looking it up and I'm like, oh. I was like, no. I thought I was about oh no. I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. What do you mean? I'm like looking at all the things and it's like
I'm making movies about, origin stories for Willy Wonka characters. I can't be over here as Thor.
I can't associate myself with this company. Are you kidding me? These actors? What do you mean? Like Elizabeth Olsen and then Paul Rudd? Nah, I don't want my name next to them. Like, are you kidding me? All of them came back except for Hemsworth. Oh, I can't be a part of that. It was like, oh wow. So it was crazy, man. It was really cool. It was very surreal. Because it really was like a fun one to do, and I was very genuinely surprised by it. There's that whole idea of like as an artist, there's that like, oh, if I knew that I was going to be doing it, I would have maybe like done it a little bit differently. But like
that's
I was
probably why you got it.
What's the thing? They wanted it. They wanted it to be something that was familiar.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a change in there. I mean, like, I get louder and like you can, if you're really listening to it, like you might not, if you're like a huge Thor fan, you might be like, is that Chris Hemsworth? Like, you know what I mean? It's like just enough where like, if you are told that it isn't, you could be like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. But they've done a great job.
Right. It's like, but they're doing a good impression now. But so it's, yeah.
So it was crazy. Did you, like, I know this is going to sound like a weird one, but did you do a Hemsworth? As in, was that in your repertoire beforehand?
I had been called for like a sound alike where they were just like, can you like do a really deep like a deep like something like this, like a little
nice
nasally, and I was like, oh yeah, I could try. And it's weird because I've done like certain like there's a few that I kind of like, they'll send out auditions and like I've gotten better at certain people, like certain impressions I have down better than others. But
would you like to do any of those right now?
Oh God, I don't even know which one I would.
Who's your favorite go-to? Whether
lately,
go on.
Lately, it's been if I go real deep down, like Sam Elliott, getting down the ranch, sarsaparilla.
That's nice. That is a nice one. That's a real nice one.
But that's like, if I wake up in the morning and that's the first thing, you won't even tell the difference. Right now, I'm like pitched up higher. You know what I mean? Like, there's a time for
sarsaparilla.
Yeah,
sarsaparilla. You don't say.
But yeah, there's it's kind of it's wild. It like they had me do that one. I mean, I did a sound-alike once for John Cena, which I like didn't see coming at all, and like they had to. That was my first time doing one where it was like, oh, we're gonna splice you into these, like, you know, and I was like, my God, this is tough, because it's, you know, it's like a full scene, and he's like on the beach, and he's like, all right, yeah, let's go into the water, and then like, and then it stops, and he's like, huh! And then like you hear a director be like, quick, grab your surfboard, and then it goes back to him being like, all right, let's dive in, and then they're like, and then back to like, hey, over here. What are you doing? And then it's back to him, and I'm like, cheese. It's like Swiss cheese. And I'm like, I have to just like jump in. And like sometimes the director doesn't record their vocals. They just leave it blank. So then they're like, your interpretation, please. And it's like, my God. And so it's a trip. It's fun as hell. But yeah, I didn't see this last one unfolding the way that it did. I'm happy to do it. It's a really cool. It's cool to like be able to step into those shoes. Into that voice box.
Nice.
But yeah. Crazy, weird, surreal.
Yeah, I can imagine like anything that's MCU related and all that kind of stuff. It just, even if it's not your, like, you know, and I don't have to put this in if you don't want to say anything, whatever, but it's like, It seems very sort of, even if you like the MCU or not, you can't deny being part of that world is very sort of like, that's great exposure for anything I'm doing. You know, it's like I'd be a fool not to be in it. I'd be a fool not to accept anything about it. So the fact that you kind of got that work and you weren't chasing it, it's one of those like, oh, thank Christ. Like I was able to just get on with it, do it, be a part. Yeah.
I totally agree, man. It's the perfect way to come across it. 'Cause again, it's like, I don't know, like the stress of, I imagine, going out for something where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be taking on like the mantle of this thing. I mean, if I knew in advance like what this would have been, I would have been more stressed about it, because it's like
100%.
You're stepping into, like, you're going to be scrutinized by everyone. Like the fan base is like, obviously, I don't even need to describe it. It's like, it's ruthless.
Yes.
Rightfully so, because I mean, you're talking about like fandom that is like, the roots go deeper than like anything, right? Sure,
but fans also need to chill out.
They do. they do. But like, it's hard because it's like, that's such a, it always felt like to me when you enter like the blockbuster like franchise realm, it seems like, because it's all so much backed by the studios, it's like, it is so based on like, how do we make our audience proud and like make them happy, but like at the same time, you know, they're doing what they want to do, obviously, but the artistic freedom of it isn't as, it doesn't seem like it's as loose. But this one, I mean, with you know, Marvel Zombies, it's like that felt like it was a little bit of a turn off onto like a different path that even feels more artistically grounded in this, like, it just goes off on a different path, and it kind of, you know, it gets dark in a way that I think is really, really cool. And I didn't expect it, because I'm like, even watching the scene that I did, and I'm like, oh shit, all right, that's pretty intense. Like, nice, you know, it's happy to see some, like, you know, like, let's scrub the make it a little bit dirtier, you know, like throw a little grit on it, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen it, so
no problem. I still have to watch the whole thing. I just, like, you know, I selfishly watched my own.
That's
but no, I watched like the episode leading into, and I talked to a bunch of people about it, and they really liked it, the whole like series for it. So
a friend of mine who I saw at the weekend, I said that I was interviewing you this week, and he actually went, "Oh, Marvel Zombies."
No way.
Yeah, and I was like,
okay, all right.
And I was like, all right, man, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I was like, he's done other stuff, okay?
All right, listen, okay, he's done horrible movies. Check the bottom of his IMDb.
That's
buddy.
where the meat is. That's where the good stuff is.
Oh, yeah. That's where the unflavored meat is. Yeah, that's all the canned meat.
But he was genuinely like, oh yeah, I know that name. And I was like, oh, dope. Wow. All right, well, I'm speaking to him. And
sweet.
Yeah. But because I have like such a I'm on the absolute skirts of the comic sort of like industry. I'm not in any way a part of it, but like a lot of my friends work in it. You know, Charlie is a good friend of mine, and he did all the Walking Dead. We all get very sort of, whenever we see anything like comic related, we're always like, okay.
Yeah, it's
all right. Another one. Okie dokie. You know,
yeah, I hear that.
And it's that sort of, so whenever there is, you know, like, oh, Marvel Zombies is out, and I'm like, oh, I enjoyed the old Sean Phillips drawn like comic from a while ago, and they also did Marvel's versus Evil Dead or something. Like they did like a weird,
I lost track.
You know what I mean? There was so much of it, and I just thought like, oh, cool. And then when I saw that they did like that one-off What If episode of it, I was like, I'll watch that eventually. And then all of a sudden they were like, here's the show of it. I was like, all right. Like, I'm not.
Yeah. What if we did this as well? It's like, we already did this. They're like, no, but how about this too?
But
it's like,
but what if again? How about
what if
no more what ifs?
So why don't we just like start? Let's do something else. Something new. Let's start something.
You know, all those stories we've got from years of comics. We could do anything.
There's so many.
But are you a comic guy at all?
Now, you know, I grew up with my sister. She worked at a comic book store back when we were like in our town growing up. And so she kind of, I like through that was able to kind of be around it a little bit. I never really, like, I have a bunch of old Superman comics, but I was never really, there's a lot of really, I mean, there's incredible stories. I think graphic novels in general are just like amazing, and foundationally they supply us with like some of the most incredible stories. And that, you know, even taking that from even just anime in general. But I don't know. I was kind of more of a film guy growing up, you know. I was more into that.
I mean, that leads us very nicely into the first question. How old are you? Are you about the same age as me?
36.
You're a younger man than me. 37.
Am I?
Yeah, man.
You look like you're 30. 28.
It's all those black coffee and cigarettes I have every day.
Honestly, it does help. It's good for the capillaries. It brings oxygen.
I will say, like, up until about last year, that was pretty much my diet. And everyone's like, you do look young. And I'm like, I don't know why. I don't drink. Maybe that's it.
Honestly, that is the key. I
drink a lot of water and black coffee.
There it is. And there's water in coffee. So, I mean, you're doing the right thing.
I know what I'm doing.
Just stay hydrated.
I know what I'm doing.
Write a book.
So, I imagine a lot of the films on this list could be similar, based purely on this conversation alone. Like, you might be just be saying my films, so this could be good. So, what was the first film you saw at the cinema or theater, however you want to go?
You know, I think based on when I was born in 89, I feel like it was probably Toy Story or The Lion King or something, because that was when I thinking about when I was brought to the cinema, like at the age I was brought to for like the first time, it was probably something like that. Now, do I remember The Fugitive? Yes. Is that a childhood film for me? Yeah, because I was like literally on the carpet, like playing with a dog while my dad's watching it for like the 13th time in a month. You know what I mean? So like
Harrison Ford jumping out of that dam is in my brain. I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, just Tommy. I just grew up being like, Tommy Lee Jones is a marshal. Like, I think that is. If I see him in real life, he's a member of the law,
officer.
And that is just the way officer. You know, like, and he won't take anything from anyone. That's all I know. That man is very serious. And I also knew just to, you know, of course, Air Force One, get off my plane. You know, it was all Harrison Ford growing up. But that's, yes, in theaters, I think that was, to be fair, the first movie that, like, I'm answering this with multiple questions, so I'm sorry.
Go for it.
The two films that I remember dating back, like, as an experience for being in the theater also were Titanic.
Okay.
And because I went with two friends and our moms were with us.
Yeah.
And there was like a moment where like she's, you know, getting drawn, and my friend Andrew's mom like was super conservative, I guess, and just like sitting right behind him, just like put her hands over his eyes. And he's like,
you ain't seen no titties.
Yeah, and I was like, dude,
you're missing out, buddy.
What are those? Yeah. And so that's severely like underdeveloped his life, I will say.
Yeah,
but that's, you know, always trace it back to that. That and God, what was it? Oh my God, Bruce Willis,
Fifth Element,
Sixth Sense.
Okay.
Which I freaked out. It was the only movie that I was too young and I freaked out because my mom was like, "We could see a dog named Flanders," which I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like pushing for it. I was like, "No, I want to see it. I want to see it." And so we went in, and then it was like the scene where she like it's like in the tent in the bedroom.
Oh, with Misha Barton.
Yeah, she's like, "Look what he did to me," and I'm like, "I'm out." Like I just freaked out. I freaked out. And I like walked out of the theater. My mom's like, "We should have seen the dog one, huh?"
Yeah, we should have seen the dog one.
Shut up. Yeah, Flanders. Yeah.
What happened to the dog?
If I went to that one, the dog would have died.
Oh,
so
100%.
So it's like you can't pick and choose your battles, man. You know.
It's so funny that like Sixth Sense was another one that when I was a kid, it was like, I can handle that shit. And then the bit when she like throws up in the tent, and then are there people hanging? Like
in the hallway.
In the hallway. I remember just sort of being like, I am not ready for this.
Yes. Yeah.
I am a goddamn coward.
I am allowed to watch this. Yeah. I was like, this is not right. I was like mad at my mom, even though like I was the one who like pushed her to do it.
You're being a bad parent over here. You shouldn't have said yes to me.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, Haley Joel Osment. Oh, that's a kid. It must be a kid's movie." You know what I mean? It's like,
you know, Bruce Willis. He's known for doing those kids flicks.
Yeah, loves them.
He loves them.
Yeah.
Toni Collette, she loves them.
Loves them.
But like, when we first moved over to Shrewsbury, like, because we moved to Shrewsbury a little bit, went back, a little bit, learned back. It's a whole story. When we first moved here, we moved in front of a cornfield, and it was about the same time that Signs came out.
Oh, no.
So Signs, nightmares.
Yeah, I hear
bad
that.
nightmares. But what's weird is I can watch that film and be like, damn, this is spooky. And then as soon as I see the alien at the end, I'm like, I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah, the knife under the door, and you're like...
The knife under the door I find quite spooky.
That was spooky.
But when he's holding...
you see the reflection of...
Yeah. When you see the reflection in the knife, and then the hand through the grate, all good stuff. But then at the end, when he's holding the Culkin, and Joaquin Phoenix is told to swing away. Oh, God. And I was just like, you've lost me here. But I'm still terrified. Swing away.
Swing away, George.
Yeah, just like you, M. Night. You're swinging he's now.
Swinging for sure. Oh my God, he's always swinging. I mean, sometimes he hits him, you know.
Sometimes he does.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
But yeah, so Sixth Sense, man. That's well.
How about you?
What do you mean? What film did I?
Your first
Hook.
Yeah. Wait a okay. Now we're talking. So that just happens to be the like if my entire house is burning down and I have to grab one movie, it's Hook, man. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Why am I apologizing?
Yeah, don't apologize. You know the Hart chart, J.V. Hart? Anyway, J.V. Hart wrote Hook, right?
Oh my God.
And I met him at Austin last year, and I said to him, I fucking love Hook.
Dude, it's...
And what's weird is he follows me on Instagram.
Holy shit.
Right? And it was one of those follows that when he followed me, I said, hey, I love your work, but why the fuck are you following me? Like, I don't know why. And he was like, oh, I think you posted someone and I liked it. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, I gotta start hitting him up.
Yeah, like, but a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking like, oh, should I watch, because I've got Bram Stoker's Dracula on VHS from like a charity shop, whatever, the other day.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I might watch that. And then he messaged me on Instagram and I was like, nah, that's too weird. I can't do that because that man wrote this film. I can't deal with that. So I had to just bail out and go watch something else.
These are my Peter Banning glasses. These are the glasses that I'm going to have to yell at my future kids in.
Beautiful.
Shut up! I'm on the phone call of my life. that shit like got me every time when I got older. I was like, that is so sad, but like also. I always wanted to do a video where it's like he's actually just on the phone with a pizza man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like trying to order a pizza. I'm on a phone call on my life. Boy, get him out of here.
It's just his blow dealer. Because he's business. And it's Robin. So
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But like, I was talking to a friend the other day about that colourful food that they ate.
Yeah.
And to me,
like
that feels... Right, it's all Play-Doh or just like mashed potatoes or whatever. But in my head, I'm like, that seems... I wish I could eat it, you know?
Me too, man.
But it's dog shit. It's not. It's not good.
I mean, it was just... That is seriously like one of my top 3. It will always be in my top 3. It's just everything about it. I listen to the score sometimes.
Nice.
I love everything about that film. And the Glenn Close...
Right?
Cameo, like I love showing that to people because they just nobody sees it. Nobody sees it coming, dude. It's such a brilliant, like. Also, just goes to show you like
how fucking amazing Glenn is at like just transforming into a role.
And like that was like for when that came out, like the makeup and hair for that is like
just pointing out to people and being like, "Watch this scene. Guess who that is?" They're like, "I don't know." And it's like, "It's Glenn Close." They're like, "No, it isn't." I'm like. It is.
And that Scorpion, Daniel Day-Lewis.
You know, he spent months in the jungle. All right?
Months in the boo box.
So, that film, I think, also has a real special place for me because my dad, in my head, is a mix between Bob Hoskins and Robin Williams.
Dude, that's amazing. I've same exact vibe, but like for me, it's him in that movie, and just him in that movie.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
But not as the fun bit, just the businessman.
Yeah, just the businessman. He's like when he starts like playing and he's like getting along with them more. Like that's what it's. He's like my dad's like Neverland version of him. Like before he becomes like right before he becomes Pan. You know what I mean?
That's good.
He's always like
not
remembering
the bit where he's the most happy when he's playing in the office with his friends before he goes home.
Yeah.
That's my
when
dad.
Your arms get tired. Yeah, that's my dad's the one that goes and pops the phone open and then goes Liza. No, I said that. He'll correct the corrections. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice. So what film did you watch over and over again as a kid? I feel like we may have just got our answer with Hook.
Well, that was honestly, it's funny because like that, I watched that over and over again. I also watched Indiana Jones: Last Crusade as if it was the Bible.
Yeah.
I that was actually my Bible. That was just like the religious text for me of films. But special place in the heart outside of that though, The Court Jester. I'm not sure if you've seen it. That's a Danny Kaye film from I believe it was 56. Yeah, 56 with Angela Lansbury. It's not. It wasn't even like a success when it came out by far. I think it just got like a little bit of a cult following. But there's something about I grew up watching that one. The writing's great. The music is very quick and witty. And Danny Kaye is. I would check it out. It's just Danny Kaye is like a hell of an actor. He's the trifecta. He can sing, he can dance, he can act, he does it all. But
his time's Hugh Jackman. I joke.
Yeah, honestly, no, but I mean, kind of. Not as jacked.
No, huge but jacked man.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that, for some reason, I watched two things over and over and over and over and over again. One was Hook, and honestly, just the TriStar intro, I rewound 1,000 times a year, dude.
Don't. Me and my buddy watched. What did we watch the other day? We watched something the other day. I'm not going to get into it because otherwise I'll get lost. And the TriStar logo came up, and I said, "Man, I fucking miss this logo."
Yeah, dude.
Especially the one at the beginning of Prince of Thieves. For some reason, that one, like,
there's two versions. There's one where I'm sure there are more, but now I'm thinking like THX and
Yeah.
like so many good ones. But the one before Hook was great because you get Pegasus like running and it's like it's like the whole, and it just ends on this like crescendo. And you're like, and you're like, what the hell was that? Like as a kid,
that's a great film.
Like I would drive my family crazy rewinding that, and they're like, "What is wrong?" And that's probably where I was like, "I am in love with music and film." But outside of that, this is so off base. I had an addiction to watching A Night at the Roxbury,
the Chris Kattan film.
Yes, I don't even know how that slipped into like all of my film loving brain.
Yeah,
like, there was like a little gap where just like this like little kernel like just like fell in, and for some reason I like knew that movie by heart because I thought it was so stupid. And I just like knew I just knew every line, which was weird. I wasn't watching because I'm like, I love this film. I think that was like the comedic brain of me was like picking up on character isms and shit. That I think it was just because I was a Will Ferrell fan and I didn't know at the time. But yeah, weird, right?
That's an odd one. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's
very,
normal
very
for a kid.
No, it's not normal. It's controversial.
Well, hold your horses. Yeah, that is an odd one. But I mean, like, I'm pleased there's someone else who remembers and loves like the fucking production house like intros as much as me because the old United Artist one. I love that one.
Yeah, they're the musicality behind it, like their use of just synths too at the time, but they were like mixing it with like orchestra. Like they knew what the hell they were doing. It was truly the most epic shit. You really don't get that anymore.
It was a bunch of grown-ups doing it, and I don't feel like we got a bunch of grown-ups doing it anymore. That's all I'm going to say.
You had grown-ups that like were artists.
Yeah.
You know, like they gave a shit about like they're from that generation, that like world of like
you wear a suit to the office and you give a shit.
Yeah, you give a shit about making somebody feel. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's the Mad Men. That's how it is. It's the Don Draper's like, get that Pegasus running faster.
Yeah. I want to see him. Yeah, he was gonna run, and then I want the horns to come in.
I want kids to rewind this.
I don't want them to think about anything else at all.
Hey, Don, you can't just have them rewind it. They got to watch the movie. That's my slattery. I'm sorry, that's rubbish.
I love that. It's good.
So, what was the first R-rated film you saw, and how old were you?
Oof. It was probably The Fugitive. Now, I don't even know if that was rated R, but
it must have been.
The one that I'm thinking of that deserves. There's something that deserves this category. I was at a sleepaway camp. I was probably like 12. Yes, this would be the one. It was Requiem for a Dream. I was like 11. I was like 11 years old.
No, that's too young.
No, 11-year-old. And it was a camp counselor was like, "You want to watch this movie?" And it was like 2 years older, or like 3 or 4 years older. And I was like, "Yeah." And I watched it. And I was like, "I'm never gonna even take vitamins."
You know that girl from Labyrinth? She gets her tits out in this. Oh,
oh sweet. Oh,
wait a minute. That looks miserable.
Who's Samson? Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was like harrowing film. And like. But it was one of those movies I was not supposed to see.
No.
Ever. And I at least at that age especially, but honestly, it was such a good shock to the system.
Yeah.
It was definitely like it didn't make me wanna, it just really set some shit straight. I was kind of just like, you get just like freaked out by it. I mean, it may be a little too much at some point.
Well, I mean, so I watched like Train Spotting a lot as a kid, and I really like up until when he starts detoxing off of it and the baby's crawling on the roof. Like, I'm like, I can see why that beginning's fun,
Totally.
And then like obviously it goes horrible. But with Requiem for a Dream, it's like none of this looks fun. None of this.
No.
Like, maybe I won't do hardcore drugs. If only I'd listened to myself. But maybe I wouldn't do as many as them.
Right. No, the first thing you do is exactly.
Yeah.
The first part is like there are moments I think in life where later on you get older and you're like, that movie, whatever.
Wait, how did they do it?
That seems like maybe I should do it a different way.
The problem is he kept injecting into the same point. I just want to do that.
Got it. Yeah.
Between the toes.
Got it. Yeah. If there is a hole that is crusting up like a volcano, don't re-enter from the top. Yeah, don't do it. You didn't say the magic word. Yeah. That's man. That's crazy.
I once went out. Like me and my girlfriend at the time, we went out. We came home, and she was living with her mum at the time. So like we went back to her mum's house, and her mum looked really like out of sorts, and I was like, "Yeah, Jill, what's going on?" And she was like, "I watched a film," and I was like, "What'd you watch?" She was like, "Requiem for it." And before she finished, I was like, "Whoa, no, you shouldn't have watched that. You are not. You're not the kind of woman that could handle that film." Like, and I'm saying woman, I'm saying person. Sorry, like, you're not the kind of person that can handle that film. You shouldn't have watched that film on your own without any like prep. And she was like, "Oh, it's really horrible." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. Good performances though."
Yeah.
I mean, there's some bloody good performances.
Now I look back and it's like the first thing that like before I knew what I was watching, I was like, she's hot. He's got really blue eyes. And then I'm like, what's that? Oh, that pupil's dilating. That's cool. Wait, what? What's happening now? It is a descent into darkness.
I'm going to be on television.
Oh, yeah. It's honestly, it's great by how the way they vignette like everyone's experience through like different versions of what they're doing is like, it is a very good, it's a good movie.
It is.
And like, it really is like, it's an important movie, honestly.
And I think Aronofsky, I would say it's probably his best. I'm happy to be proved wrong, but like it's definitely the one that I will always be like, that is the reason I think he is a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know, there are other great things he's done, but that one is the one that I'm like, yeah, but that. Have you ever seen Spun?
No, actually.
That's the Jason Schwartzman and Debbie Harry.
Oh.
It's good. It's another drug sort of movie, cool. But it's a much more indie production.
Right.
So it's quite, I don't know, there's something about it where it's like, this doesn't feel as miserable, even though it is just as miserable.
Right. Yeah.
Check it out.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So what was the first film you watched that you considered grown up?
This is a very strange one, and it's the first thing that comes to mind. So when I was little, my Austin Powers would play, right? International Man of Mystery.
Beautiful.
For some reason, my parents wouldn't let me watch it when I was like,
I can't think
little.
why. Liz Hurley, you know, formative years, mate.
Come on. And so I was not allowed to watch it. I remember, like, I just have that in my brain as like seeing my family laugh at something. Like I have two older sisters, and like watching them like watch this thing, and like them being like, no, like you can't, like
you can't have this.
You can't sit in the corner. But like or my sister was there watching it with her friend, and they're like, no, like come in here, like no, like when you're older. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit when I'm older? So that was kind of implanted into my brain as like, that is an adult movie. I'm not allowed to watch that. And so when I was able to watch that, like that is, I think, where my brain goes into like, right. That's where I categorize that, I guess.
Yeah.
But if it was in the category of like my first film, man, that's a tough one. You know, maybe it was like Shawshank Redemption or something.
I think a lot of people think that, like, as the same for sort of the same reasons, because they always feel like Shawshank was the first time that it was a very accessible drama. You know, like
very much so.
It isn't so much that, you know, as a kid you're not going to watch Citizen Kane easily. You know, right. Whereas Shawshank, for some reason, it has that sort of like, oh no, there's almost a bit of thriller to it. You know, there's almost something in there that you could make you almost go like, oh no, this could be like a fugitive, you know? And totally. I think it opens that door to people.
Yeah. I actually rewatched it 2 days ago. My wife got me some of these cards that it's like they're scratch off cards. It's like movie night. And you scratch off a thing and it tells you like what you're going to watch. And I was like, this is the greatest gift I've ever gotten in my life. And I'm like, and you won't? She's like, and I won't look at my phone. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, that's the gift. It's
the gift of all gifts. And so we scratched Pulp Fiction, and she was like, and I was like, all right, we'll scratch one more because I would love to watch it, but I understand, and you need more linear. And so Shawshank came up, and she's never seen it. And I was like,
nice.
This is a great opportunity. And man, I forgot it was Roger Deakins, man. And like, I like,
right? Like, Deakins and Darabont, what a fucking double pair. You know,
insane.
Like that's
from the first shot to the last. It's like, and my buddy and I were just talking about his style too, of like just not getting in the way. Like, you're not watching the film and you're thinking, oh man, like, unless you're a cinephile and you're like, that shot's great, but he's not hunting for a distraction.
It's the most naturally perfect shot that you can hope for. Like, it's so perfect you don't even consider it.
Exactly right.
And I mean, if someone fucked it up, you'd know instantly. But Deakins didn't fuck it up.
No, he never fucked it up.
Never
just
fucked
like
it up.
from there's like an aerial of like the whole entire prison, and it like swoops down, and then you see like Andy coming in the bus, and you're like, what the, like, you get so much of the it's just a sensation of knowing your environment in such a incredible way that you feel it.
And then it's really, for that brief moment when they're sucking down a couple of suds after doing the roof, and it's got the golden hour, and like you're looking at that and you're like, that is just a group of guys who have just been doing some work all day, and now they're just having a couple of beers on the roof. That's it. And then it just cuts slightly to see Mr. Krabs. Take
Haley brought that up. She's like, "Oh my God, that's Mr. Krabs." It's like, "Oh wow,
what are you doing those beers?" And then that's the only. It's just purely in a slight tonal shift in the film where it's like, oh, the golden hour's gone. It's slightly bluer. Oh, it's a bit colder. Oh, because they are in a prison, and it's just like nothing's been said about that. It's just a slight change in the color, and you're like, oh, Roger, you saucy motherfucker. But yeah, that's good. What film holds a special place in your heart?
Let's see. I would say, honestly, probably the Court Jester.
Yeah. Who introduced you to that?
That was one introduced to me by my parents, but it was kind of through my sister. Like, it was a film that they threw on that like the whole family could enjoy. Yeah. And so there's this like staccato delivery. He's so fast. Danny Kaye is so fast in the movie. Like there's certain numbers that are, cause it's kind of like a musical hybrid, and even just like the intro is very fast, and it's very clever and witty. And my sister is like she's just very intelligent, and she also just nailed it. She would actually she memorized the whole intro.
Oh, nice. And
so it became kind of like this thing where she would like do it for the family, and we'd be like, yay. You know what I mean? Like,
again. But in the style of Bette Midler.
Yeah, Bette Midler now. Do it like her. And so it was, so that, I just remember that being a very feel-good. Outside of that, though, I will say The Princess Bride is always going to have like its own, like, it's probably my mom's favorite, and so
nice.
I grew up watching it a lot too, and there was something about the whole structure of it that I enjoyed, and like the levity and the level of satire.
Yeah.
So that one definitely holds a special place.
Oh, nice. I interviewed Mandy Patinkin once, and
that's awesome.
It was. We were meant to be interviewing him for Homeland, like, I don't know. And I just started talking about musicals. And he was like, you're a musicals guy? And I was like, big musicals guy, mate. And he was like, let's just talk about musicals. And then my producer was like, let's get back onto Homeland. And he was like, I don't want to. I just want to keep talking about musicals. And I was like, musicals.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. He's a lovely man.
I have literally, I don't know if you can probably see it, but there's up there on the wall.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's the three of them. Yeah.
That's nice. That's good.
That's it.
I also appreciate that you're the kind of person that I like to have games with people where I go like, name a film, I bet I have a reference to it in this office.
Right.
So I like that you've got a similar thing where it's like laser discs, Princess Bride, cameras. I got it all.
Cameras.
Go on, name a film. I bet I got a reference to it.
Blade.
Blade?
I had to throw a little curve.
I have, it's not in this office, it's in the library next door, but it is Tomb of Dracula, issue 3, which is the origin story of Blade.
Holy shit!
So,
well
yeah!
done! Yeah, that was good, man.
I think
That was like, I grabbed some dirt. You know what I mean? I was like,
come on, bitch!
I'm like, we're playing nice, but now you're fucked.
No, I got it.
That's sick, dude.
I might have the DVD up there, but it's behind layers, because I buy...
Yeah.
These are double thick at the moment. All the ones that you can
so
see are ones I haven't yet watched. And if you can see up there's a lot of Criterions that I haven't yet watched.
Yeah. See, I need to get the... someone was just telling me about the subscription to Criterion. I need to get on that.
Oh, do it, because there's some beautiful stuff on there. But last night, sort of similarly to you and Haley, like, Kirsty wants to do a 40 for 40. So it's her birthday at the end of the month. She's turning 40, and she wants to watch, like, 40 films that she hasn't seen.
That's
and
great.
I don't know why for her 40 films in a year. I think I've done...
Week?
Like, no joke, this year alone I've watched 400.
Oh, that's incredible.
Like, it's just, I don't know why
yeah.
people haven't watched at least 400.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I got this list 40 for 40. And I was like, well, what's on there? And I tried to find, like, as many of them on Criterion or 4K, just so that it's like, here's the best version. And we watched Do the Right Thing last night.
Yeah.
It was the first time she'd seen it. Wow. And it was a similar thing where every now and then I was just like, you on your phone? No, good. Like,
yeah, it's the test. It is like, it's so devastating.
Yeah.
Like I like it.
A film where I've gushed. And I've been like, this film is, I think it's made me change my life. And then I look over and it's just, are you enjoying Candy Crush over there?
Exactly.
And or it's
just doom scrolling, and you're like, yeah, this is actually like a deep, like, this shows pretty much why I am the way that I am, and has all the keys to changing me into the way that you want me to be. You look over and they're like, just.
You know why I don't have a real job and I'm following this dream? It's because of this. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, man. Oh. It's and it's bad. Like, there's sometimes where we would just be like watching something. I'll pause it and rewind it and be like, oh. And she's like, I saw it. And I'm like, oh, you're watching it. Sorry. I'm the arsehole. Okay.
Yeah, I'll step away. I love that. It's so devastating that, like, I feel that drop in the pit of my stomach. If even she, like, looks down, I'm like, you're missing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah.
And it happened during Shawshank. She wasn't on her phone, but, like, she just, like, looked at the cat. And she was like, oh. And I was like, you're missing.
Defines life is in the balance here.
Yeah, literally.
Man's about to get bummed in the shower, and you're going to look at the cat?
How dare you? The sisters are there. They're gonna come on.
Tell me about this cat, though. I'm a cat guy.
Really? Oh, we got a good one.
I love him. I love cats.
Yeah, her name's. I wish she was in here, but she's technically her full name is Lucille Hairball.
Well done.
She is a Sony cat. Haley found her one of the makeup in the makeup department found her on the Sony lot.
Oh shit!
When she was shooting her show, and usually there's a lot of, like, they're stray cats, which I realized later, actually talking to Nolan.
Yeah.
That they practically, like, commission these cats. Like, they like to let them be on the lot because they take care of all the rats.
Oh yeah, that makes
sound
sense.
Stages. So like, you know, they'll be fed and they're very friendly and all that stuff. And so, but this was like a young cat. She's super friendly, and she just didn't have an owner, and we, like, you know,
stole her.
Yeah. I was stuck in France at the time because we went to France, and then I got COVID, but it never showed. It was just like, oh, great.
Oh, you've got it. Yeah.
And it was the day before we were flying home, and she had to go back to work on the show. And so it was like, you got to go, or else, like, you know, 150 people are not working, and that's, like, not fair.
Yeah.
So I ended up staying behind, and while I was gone for that week, she gets this cat and brings it home, and I'm like,
replace
what the hell's going on here? Yeah. Replace me with a cat.
You're gone. You're out of here. So what's your controversial opinion on a famous film or the industry as a whole? I've changed it around a bit because when I answered it, I have a bigger issue with the industry.
I do have a big issue with the industry for sure. But I will say, you know, it's because it's hard for me to say it. I know it's controversial.
Okay. You're in a safe space. Like,
I know.
Do you want me to say something so you don't feel as bad? The Dark Knight is a pile of shit.
Wow. Okay, I think Casablanca is a little bit overrated.
You can go fuck yourself, Greg. It's been lovely to speak to you.
I knew you'd say that. No, man. See, you just turn off the feed.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
This is why it's hard for me, because I actually love that film. It's it's incredible. What I don't like is how many productions I see use the tarmac scene as like their character's like favorite part of them. Like I went to see a play a friend was in, and the whole thing was centered around, it was like a relationship of losing someone, and the whole thing was a projection of that scene. And I'm like, come on, you could have dug a little bit deeper, because it's like, oh, the character's favorite scene is that scene from Casablanca. And it's like, I've seen that. So it's not that I have it's not that I don't believe that Casablanca is overrated. I believe that the usage of that scene for like other purposes, as if it's like,
it is lazy writing.
It's lazy. And so that bothers me a bit.
No, I get that.
I think it deserves more, or it deserves less of that.
I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt that your original thought was that Casablanca was overrated. And I'll agree with you to a point, because much like when people say, you know, like, oh, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, even Shawshank, they're like, these are the greatest films ever made. I'm like, they're the greatest Western films. Like, they're not the greatest films ever made. Like,
right.
These are great films, but if you, like, I don't want to be a fucking, well, actually, a film fucking buff.
No, do it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
And so do we.
If you think they're the best films, go watch more fucking films, mate. That's pretty much what I want to say.
But but the thing is, like, I can appreciate something for its laying of a foundation that is added to everything. I mean, there's you can appreciate, there's multiple levels of appreciation for different films. And again, I
feel like that about Tarantino, actually. This is another slightly controversial one. I think his early work, your Reservoir Dogs, your Pulp Fictions, your Jackie Browns, and your Kill Bills, they're great shorthand if you're not a film guy. You know? I'm not talking film bro, but like an actual film. Like, if you love film, you love cinema, you know where he's taking from. So you can go enjoy that. You can enjoy his films, but like, you know where he's taken from, and it just feels a bit like, well, City on Fire is better than Reservoir Dogs. And, you know, that if someone hasn't seen City on Fire, then Reservoir Dogs is a great film. Like, you can't deny the performances, you can't deny all of that.
Sure.
But when he turns over and it's more your Inglourious Bastards and then Django and then Hateful Eight, that's actually, now when I look at it and I go like, now I really like his films.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Inglourious Bastards is a masterpiece.
It's beautiful. And like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know, maybe it's not for me. And my dad was like, don't be an idiot, go back and rewatch it. And I rewatched it and I was like, oh, that's fucking perfect. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, it is he definitely, it goes from like the pulp fiction of his own creations. But no, really, like I totally agree with you. Like there's controversy in that, right? Because it's, you know, you said it really well. It's interesting to see those films early on grouped in that way. They do feel like playground versions of what he ended up then kind of like really leaning into something that felt like it wasn't homage central. And it not that I mean, and you can appreciate it for what it is.
Sure.
You know, and it is a really good way to jump into those different references. And, you know, I love the fact that he paid tribute to all those things.
Yeah.
But yes, it's interesting. I never thought of that, like that turn of those, because those are seen as such classic films.
Yeah.
But arguably, not even, I mean, that second half of his films, like those really are like more him.
And those second half films, I always feel like they would fit side by side with the ones he's referencing. Whereas the ones before, I don't think they would. I think they are like, you know, Jackie Brown wouldn't work with Superfly. But if you showed me Hateful Eight and then Sergio Leone film, I'm going to be like, they're the same. That's theatre on the screen.
Right.
That's all the same. I love it. Like,
right.
And I think he's learned from his own nonsense.
Sure. Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah. But sorry, you were ragging on shit writers.
Which, I mean, I guess that kind of then pushes me more in the direction of it being more of an industry issue. Because I think that, I mean, it's no surprise that everyone's reaching for like the bottom of the barrel, always trying to just extend their IP beyond.
Well, they're expecting the audience to be looking at their phone, like we joked about it earlier, but they're expecting people to do that. So now they're like, well, why make it harder for them? Why?
That's the worst.
That is the worst. Because it's
There's
like... You go on.
No, please.
No, I was just making nonsense noises. Cool.
Well, I'll make some of my own. There was an article recently that forget what video it was, who was talking about it, but it was touching on this exact thing of saying the industry, like talking about like how the studios are gearing, for the attention span of gold, like halving that of a goldfish, where now they are making sure everything they put out has these like very quick reintroductions throughout everything of it's just exposition part. It's like you want to like be explain something over and over and over and over again, because they're going to look down and they're going to look up and it's like, oh, they missed it, and then they're not interested in the rest of the movie. And it just sucks that it's being catered to that demographic. I do believe that it's important to uphold still the importance of making films the way they should be made, because otherwise you're not stretching people. And I do see in the younger generation there seems to be a little bit of hope pulling away from the whole like touch grass movement of like I have a friend who's shooting a lot of videos for doing a lot of music videos for younger artists, even like music artists they're jumping into like VHS land. They're like really starting to invest. It's no different than like Kodak being like, we're back in business, and it's truly like, vinyl, it's vintage, right? But and you could say there's a fad to it, but I do believe that there is, the human spirit does want to connect with other humans. And even in the face of AI and what's happening with everything, I feel like it's more important than ever to hold ground on films that challenge you and your attention span. Like there has to be a way to uniquely get somebody in the seat. But I think when someone gives it the chance, it's almost like when you're sitting down next to your significant other and you're like, if you were to just watch it from beginning to end, you would actually get why I'm so crazy about this shit. And in the instances where people do that,
2.5 hours of your life.
It's just 3.5, 4.
Look, it's 7 samurai. All right. I don't know why I have to explain.
You need to sit during the intermission.
I bumped into this guy who my mum worked with, and they were having dinner before going out to the movies. And the Prince Charles, which is a great little boutique cinema in London that sort of plays old films, was doing a Kurosawa season. And he was like, oh, we're off to see Seven Samurai. And she was like, I've never seen a Kurosawa film. And I was like, oh, and a 3-hour like samurai epic, that's what you're going to start with? And she just looked at him and went, 3 fucking hours. And he looked at me and I was like, I'm sorry, man, but you got to prep him. When did you think she was going to realize?
Yeah. Like by the time she was ready for like dinner,
this isn't a tight 90. I thought this was going to be a tight 90. Nuh-uh.
God. Nope. That's so funny.
But like, I think I will say that. Did you watch One Battle After Another?
Did, yeah.
I think that shows hope that you can have a long film that assumes you're paying attention.
I agree with you.
It's fucking good.
I thought it was great. Where I get a little nervous is like, and this is a distribution issue. This is something they have to figure out in the back end. But they like the amount of money that they didn't make for it being a blockbuster, like their losses were. It's the first time that I, in probably forever, was scared for the fact of like, shit, you're telling me like this film, it's a film, it's great, and it didn't recoup its expenses. Like, is that going to be? Are we fucked? Like, you know what I mean? But then it's like, no, it's. That is the model for theaters now. They're not throwing them in that long. They're going to get stuff on the back end through streaming. Like, you can take that into account.
Not as good.
Not as good. And so I never think of that shit until I'm like, oh, I'm watching a PTA film And like, I want these movies to keep getting made. I want to go to a theater and see something of this magnitude.
I will say that is why I still buy physical media, because it's the only way I can sort of be like, I saw one battle at the theater, and I saw it in fucking IMAX or whatever, and when it comes out in 4K, I will buy it on 4K because I want more PTA films. Like, so I need people to know that, like, there's money here. There's money here.
You have to vote. You have to vote with your dollar.
You know what I mean? And it's
quid.
Whatever the hell
mate. You guys are.
My tuppeny threepence. That's what I call them, sir.
My little bag of jewels.
Have I got a little baggie of money here? So, like, that is the thing. Like, I buy as much as I can. You know, I buy a lot of second-hand films because I also don't like the streaming platforms. I don't
blame you. It's like
there's something about the streaming platforms that I just.
No, it's ugly. It's like you're paying money. You're paying money to go to. You're paying money per month to have access to things that you still like won't have access to if you really wanted it.
Yeah.
And then you don't even own it. It's not like you know what I mean? Like you need the physical copy.
And it's not like I need to it's not like I need to own fucking over here hoarding like a dragon, Smaug with his DVDs. But like there are films in here that just aren't easy to get hold of anymore, or they're not on streaming because of regional distribution issues. Or Day of the Dead, you can't buy that. Like, I don't know where you can watch that, and you can't get a Blu-ray of it, so I had to buy a German Blu-ray of it.
Wow.
But I love Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead's probably maybe my favourite of the original 3 zombie Romeros. Sure. And if I want to watch it, I can't unless I own the German fucking Blu-ray. And it's just another one, actually, The Abyss. The Abyss didn't get a 4K release in the UK because of the rat water, sort of the rat drowning scene. They wanted to cut that scene, and Cameron was like, "Nah, I'm not cutting that." And they were like, "Well, you won't get UK distribution." He was like, "Go on then, fuck off. I don't care."
It's like I made my money, bro.
Yeah, genuine. Like, this is extra fucking. This isn't the cherry. These are more cherries to have on the side.
Crumbs for like yeah.
So like. I had to buy the German Abyss on 4K because it's just like, I want to watch The Abyss, but I want to watch The Abyss as I know it. Like, I have the VHS of it still, but I want it nicer. And, you know, and there's just all those things about it, and my Evil Dead on VHS, because I don't want a 4K of Evil Dead. Because Evil Dead should be watched on a knackered video, and it should be a bit grainy so it hides the crimes of the shit fucking prosthetics. So I don't want it too clean. I want it shit. So I'll keep my VHS. So there's this whole, like, to me, I get very worked up about if a film was released during the VHS era, that's as good as it should ever have looked.
Oh, yeah.
So don't upscale it and then AI the shit out of it. Like, let it be shit.
It's like Hook. Like, Hook is gorgeous.
Oh.
On a VHS, man.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. Like, you want the warmth of that. You want tape. You don't want,
you do.
Otherwise, you're just like, what are, like, that, when it's made for the medium, it's made for the medium.
Yeah.
And, like, people seem to forget that it's like, oh, I'll just, like, get the newest and latest and greatest. Oh, yeah. I'll put on my true TV settings. It feels like the people are real. I'm like, good. Like, I can't do it. It's like, you want to, if somebody paints something and, you know, it's, do you want to look at the painting the way that it's meant to be painted and how it was painted and the actual original as close to the original as possible? Or do you want to look at somebody having taken a digital photograph of that painting and then printing that out larger and then
I've softened
the pixels
I've softened it a bit so you don't see it in the fabric.
Yeah, we don't want that. Like, you're talking about an era too. Like, you're losing an era when you upscale certain things for the sake of re-release. You're losing, you know, for Hook, you're losing the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, like, truly. You're losing, because what you're getting with that film is the aesthetic of what technology existed at the time it was made.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you're just fucking with it. Like, it doesn't, if you want to experience it, it's no different than like why people buy certain vintages of wine or liquor, where it's like you're getting the same, more with liquor, but like you're getting the same thing.
But they treat that as if it's a fucking
time capsule,
right? Like, oh, this bottle of port is from 1904, and it's like, all right, I don't care about port, but you do, and you know that there's a difference between that and some dog shit off the shelf today.
You're not gonna open up the old bottle and then well, we added some water and some other shit to it because nowadays the tap water is.
I prefer the tannins today.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. And I just like my dad always says it whenever he goes to like old galleries, because Dad is an artist, but like you go to the galleries and he'll look at like paintings from the 1500s, and he'll always say like, what I love is that you get as close as you can and you can see a brush mark that someone put there 500 years ago. And I can see that brush mark, and I can see the angle of which he flicked it away, or she sort of like brushed it across. I saw how they blended those in, and I can see fingerprints. I can see bits of something. Maybe there's a strand of hair still in there from the brush. And you're like, that's an artifact. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at someone's print. That's it. Don't change it. Don't show me a high-res scan. Don't show me a fucking AI softened, blurred, bollocksed up. Show me the one that's exactly as the creator wanted to show you at the time that it was released. Because that's the best, And fury, mate. Pure fury.
I know.
I need to chill the fuck out. So what have you been watching recently?
Recently, you know what? I actually just watched the show Death by Lightning.
Oh, I don't know that. No.
It's on. I think it's on. Is it on Netflix?
And is this because you're Thor? Yes.
Yes, of course. No,
gotta keep bringing it back.
Yeah, gotta keep coming back. It's actually about the 20th U.S. president, James Garfield, which is, I guess, like historically, I mean, someone that not a lot of people ever really talked about, I guess, in American history, but he was president for like 90 days or something.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he catch a cold and die? Oh, okay.
He was assassinated. Yeah. Caught a cold, a lead cold.
He just hated
in the
Mondays.
back. Yeah, exactly. And it was actually God, who is in that? It's I believe it is Michael Shannon, Matthew McFadden,
nice.
Nick Offerman. It's great.
Oh,
it's actually.
I think I've seen Offerman like pushing it on his Insta.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it's it's late 1800s. They did a really, really good job with just the cinematography. The music is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a really good job. It's nice for me. Like my score brain like gets lit up when I hear, people take bits of certain songs or tracks that relate to certain things, and then they go off in their own direction. Yeah. So it's like you're paying homage to it, but you're doing it sonically in a way that's not like. It's nice. It's like just little Easter eggs of things, And so, that's been a fun one. And then, God, what else? I've been trying to force Haley to watch The Sopranos. That's been tough.
Oh, really? My buddy started it, I think, today. He's never seen it. And he was like, I'm going to start The Sopranos. And then 3 episodes later, he was like, God, I'm a fucking idiot. Why have I missed this? And I was like, oh, mate, there's not a bad episode. Like,
yeah, it's
enjoy.
I mean, it's like HBO's baby, it's the baby that paid dividends. And so I don't know. That's been something I've been trying to get back into. And then, I mean, really it's been, I'm trying to think of what I saw in the theater last. We saw Wicked 2.
Did you enjoy it? Did Haley?
No.
Okay. Was Jonathan Bailey good?
Yeah.
There we go.
I think he's great.
He's great.
I didn't realize. I was watching the latest Jurassic Park recently, and I was like, I didn't even realize it was him.
Oh, really?
Which is like, because I think I was just introduced to him recently more through Wicked, and then seeing him in that, and I was like, guy's damn good.
He is damn good. I've not known any of his work, but my buddy Sam has a massive crush on him. And he's sort of very much like, have you seen Wicked? And I was like, I'm not going to watch Wicked. And he's like, it's got Jonathan Bailey in it. And I was like, good for Jonathan Bailey. I'm not going to watch Wicked. Yeah. And then he was like, there's a new Jurassic Park. Do you want to go watch it? And I was like, yeah, cool. And then he was like, by the way, that's Jonathan Bailey. And I was like, all right, fucking, like, I thought we were just here for dinosaurs, man. But
nope. No,
he's good, man.
Yeah, no, we got pulled to watching. Have you still not seen Wicked?
I won't.
You're fine to not.
Yeah.
The reason I need to explain myself. The reason I did see it. We have a friend who actually was. She played one of the the leads.
It's Ariana Grande. That's what you're trying to say. Your buddy's Ariana.
My friend Ariana. Yeah. No, another friend of ours. She's great. She was in the Broadway production. And,
okay.
And so that kind of like brought us to like, oh, Wicked, cool. And so we watched the first one. I was like, okay, I love Jeff Goldblum as like a character in life. But so it's I don't know. I didn't. It was like the second one was like, oh god, it was bad.
Oh,
it was
really?
one of those things where, and a lot of our friends that had seen it also were like, you didn't love it? I'm like, what are you talking about? We were watching this thing that was, and even just like they're fucking up the vector lines of like, they're just like, they're not even, their editing is off. And like several times, this is another reason I just love Haley so much. When something cinematically doesn't work and I just like a cut and I just look over at her horrified and she looks back at me and she's like, oh, like she gets it. And she's like, she's also like, you could like, there's effects in there that I could have like, I feel like I could have done better myself.
Give me a MacBook
Final
Pro
Cut,
in 40 minutes.
Yeah. Just give me my trackpad and access to one of my fingers.
Just the one and make it the pinky.
Make it the pinky. No, I mean, look, a lot of work goes into movies, yada, yada, yada. But
sure.
It's
but not a lot of love.
But not a lot of love. And there's just, it's watching those two movies, I think because they shot it as a single film and like even in the Broadway production, it's supposed to be like a lot of the better tracks they're stacked in the front half. So it kind of felt like they kind of like just wanted to split it for money, get the second one out like pretty quickly, but like not really. And they just cut corners on a lot of shit.
I was surprised at how quick the second one came out, but it makes sense if they shot them back to back.
Yeah, it's not, every now and then, packing, you mistaken, or you reach into the popcorn bin and you're eating packing peanuts. And I knew I was eating packing peanuts when I watched both of them, but I thought they would taste a little bit better.
Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes packing peanuts have their place.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, I'm trying to think of a film that I watched recently that was packing peanuts, but I'm better than you, so...
So I don't.
So I don't eat that shit. I just go see Paul Thomas Anderson films.
Yeah,
no,
sorry.
I can't think of I'm sure there was some flowery CGI dross. I mean, Jurassic World Rebirth is probably the closest I'll get to that.
How did you feel about that one?
I liked it. Out of all of the Jurassic Worlds, it's my favorite.
They shot it on film, didn't they?
I think they did.
Yeah.
And it was nice. The family were pointless.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we had the family. And there was a point when I realized,
Children.
No one's going to die. So there's no stakes here. So what the fuck do I care?
I was hoping like they took a turn to the dark side. I mean, if you think about it, it's
that
like
T-Rex
the fact that
raft scene, if you'd killed the dad or the boyfriend, I'd be like, there's stakes. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like they really, and that's another industry problem I have, is like they really are trying to cater to their dollar, which again, it's a business. I understand.
Yes.
But
it's always been a business though.
Right. But even still, Jurassic Park.
Right.
People are getting fucked up, man. People are getting eaten. The very first film, people are dying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Opening scene. Man's getting velociraptored.
Yeah. Shooter! The hand is like weirdly slipping.
Oh, I love that hand.
Yeah, no, it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, grab on.
I was also, as a kid, like, the fucker's dead.
Yeah, that fucker.
You ain't gonna
a hand.
Why shoot him now? Well, it's been lovely speaking with you.
Yeah.
It's been really good, man.
Too. It's been great.
Can people watch Joe anywhere, or is it still under lock and key?
It is currently still under lock and key, also because we added a piece to it.
Okay.
So that eventually, I'm still figuring out what we're gonna do. We're cycling it around. We'll see what happens, but we are gonna definitely announce what happens with it eventually. Mm-hmm. Probably release it. Yeah.
Is there any festivals that's coming up too soon that people could see it in, or? It
is not. That's like, it's funny. It's like, okay, great. I'm like at this crossroads of trying to figure out great promotion. No, it's just on, like, they can see the trailer for it on on my Instagram.
If they ask me nicely, I'll send them the Vimeo.
Yeah, I don't feel like I don't have enough room on these shelves for more trophies, so that's why I'm not, sending them to other festivals. Obviously. No, it's funny. We're still figuring out, like, do we send it as is, or do we redo it with the new intro and outro and send it out to festivals and see if that helps get people wrapped around the idea of what we're trying to go for? But
I guess it's a different thought process, isn't it? Because
it's like it's taken on like a new life, which is kind of interesting.
It has legs on its own.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think part of me wants to just like maybe fire it out to a couple more, just because there's something just so magical. I mean, you get it. Like, you see the film you put together on a big screen, and it's just like, oh, I'm meant to be doing this. This feels good. This needs to, like, wow.
Or I watched my film on an IMAX screen and I saw a boom shadow.
Oh no!
And I was like, motherfuckers. I was like,
yeah, that's tough, man. IMAX. That's
yeah. And I was really annoyed because the sound engineering on the IMAX, I was like, oh, even I hadn't picked up on. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, it's lovely. And at the end, there's this big old boom shadow, and I was like, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. What is this?
Yeah. Anytime you feel bad about that shit, just rewatch Gladiator and wait for the chariot to fall on its side.
Cylinders.
Yeah.
Man, fucking. Hey, if it's good enough for Ridders.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good enough.
That's right.
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much. It's been great. We'll actually properly close it off this time. And, be interested to see what you do with Joe. And,
Thanks.
It'd be good. This has been a Lovable Road Productions podcast. Thank you to everyone that listened. If you want to help out your life in film, then download it, like it, share it, and give the pod a follow. I didn't realise till starting this that a download is the way they measure success and not just a listen. So, listening means nothing. Make sure you check out my guests on their socials, which will be in the description of the episode. Take a look at my letterboxd. I've made a list of all the films that have been mentioned on the pod. There's fucking hundreds. So you can find some good films there. There are some good ones. There's some fucking weird ones, and I love them. Quick shout out to some of the podcasts I'm listening to. Caliber 9 from Outer Space. That's Rob and Joe's. That's really good. And then The Villain Was Right. That's a great fun. Check that out. If you really want to be a mensch, give me that money. There's a link in the description. It'll explain it all. But a download and a share is excellent, and I actually appreciate that a lot more than you'd think. We currently have no sponsors, but I am open to them. I'll shill anything. I don't care. This has been a Lovable Road production. Thank you for listening.